There's a guy in our house. He sits in John's favorite armchair, reading the morning paper, sipping coffee from the chipped blue mug I bought years ago. He's even wearing John's favorite shirt. He even has John's laugh, a low rumble that once comforted me. But he is not John. I watch from the kitchen doorway, heart pounding. This man has stolen my husband's face, his voice, his memories. He performs John's routines with chilling precision. But the spark, the love I knew, is gone. I notice tiny flaws. His eyebrow doesn't arch quite right. He hesitates before answering questions about our past. These details are my proof, my sanity, or so I think. When he offers me tea, his voice is perfect, but somehow still gets on my nerves. I feel a primal fear, as if a predator hides in plain sight. I sleep in the guest room, lock the door, and avoid him during the day. He waits patient and confident, as if he knows I'll eventually accept him. He cooks John's favorite meals, talks about our children, but it all feels hollow. The police were no help. They saw a concerned husband and a confused wife. He has his license and his wallet, so ma'am, this clearly is your husband, they said, looking at me like I had some screws loose. But a license doesn't prove that this man is my actual husband deep down, that the man in my house is really a stranger, a clever copy, a soulless, self-operating automaton. I feel alone and trapped in a life that no longer feels like it is mine or even belongs to me. This isn't a thriller. It's the reality of Capgras Delusion, a rare neurological condition. Named after French psychiatrist Joseph Capgras, it's the conviction that a loved one has been replaced by an identical impostor. The person recognizes faces and voices, but the emotional connection is gone. Imagine seeing your spouse's face and feeling nothing, no warmth, no familiarity. The brain scrambles to explain this, settling on the idea of a double. Capgras most often targets those closest to us, spouses, parents, children. It's not a failure of vision, but a breakdown in the brain's emotional tagging system. The result is a world where trust is shattered and every familiar face becomes a potential deception. Consider David, a 74-year-old who survived a car accident. He recognized his parents' faces, recalled childhood memories, but insisted they were imposters, actors hired to ease his recovery. He spoke to them politely, but with the detachment of a stranger. The feeling is gone, he told me. It's like looking at a photograph in a stranger's album. One morning, David saw his own reflection and panicked. He no longer recognized himself. The delusion had turned inward. He was now a stranger to himself. He talked to his reflection, asking where the real David had gone. His wife found him staring into the mirror, lost and afraid. Capgras isn't just misidentifying others, it's a breakdown in the very sense of self and connection. It fractures reality at its core. Even your own face can become unfamiliar. To understand Capgras, picture facial recognition as a two-lane highway. The first lane, the what pathway, identifies faces. In Capgras this works fine. The second lane, the feeling pathway, connects vision to the amygdala, the brain's emotional center. Here's where the problem lies. The emotional response never arrives, the face is recognized but it feels emotionally blank. The brain, desperate to resolve this contradiction, invents a story, and the story normally starts with these words: "This must be an imposter." It's not madness, but logic applied to broken wiring. Brain scans show Capgras often follows injuries or diseases that damage the connections between these pathways. Our deepest feelings of love and recognition are rooted in this fragile neural architecture. When it's damaged, reality itself can unravel. The familiar becomes alien. Capgras doesn't just affect the patient, it devastates families. Imagine being told by your spouse or parent that you're an imposter. Every act of love is met with suspicion. Every memory is doubted. Caregivers grieve the loss of the person they knew, while caring for someone who fears them. Arguing or offering proof rarely helps. It can make things worse. The home becomes a battleground of fear and confusion, isolating families from friends and support. The delusion corrodes trust, leaving sorrow and misunderstanding in its wake. There's no single cure for Capgras, but treatment focuses on managing symptoms and restoring safety. Medications, antipsychotics, antidepressants, can reduce paranoia and distress. Therapy avoids confrontation, instead it validates the fear without reinforcing the delusion. Family therapy helps loved ones respond with patience and support. Sometimes emotional connection can be rebuilt through non-visual channels, phone calls, touch, or shared activities. Progress is slow, requiring immense patience and creativity. Recovery isn't about erasing the delusion, but mending the broken bond. Each small step is a victory. Capgras forces us to question identity, love, and reality itself. Our sense of self and connection depends on fragile neural pathways. When those break, even love can vanish, revealing its biological roots. Yet, the devotion of caregivers shows a love that persists beyond recognition. It's a conscious act of compassion, even when the relationship's foundation is gone. Capgras reminds us how easily reality can fracture, and how empathy endures. We're all just one accident away from losing the map to a familiar face. If your loved one no longer knows you, is the love permanently damaged? This is a question that gives us a free look into the severity of this disorder. We've come to the end of this video presentation on Capgras Delusion. We hope you enjoyed it and ask that you like and subscribe. We thank you for coming over to the corner, the All Abilities Corner. We'll see you soon.